Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
It's time for the late night Lunacid stream. Look at my mouse. Is that not relaxing? Does that not satisfy you to look at?
Go in a circle so it looks like the game's buffering.
Loading. It's
When's
a
it gonna
spiral.
load?
Look. I didn't press start at
Oh.
all. I hit left click. I'm leaving a bad review.
You're fired.
I have already played this game a little bit. Mostly just running around in one area killing slugs.
Oh, I love this.
It's great.
I knew the moon was fake. Look at that drawing.
No, that's what the moon looks like when I take a picture of it with my phone.
Elvin's phone. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
It just invents the moon. It's always looked like that.
The future cell phones are gonna just be like 90% AI rendering and 10% your picture.
Well, they've been like that for a little bit with the they've been using neural assisted rendering to compensate for camera quality.
I've noticed that with some of the like pictures of animals I've taken to where I could tell it's like, is that anti-aliasing? Like what the hell, right?
I know, yeah.
What an intro. By the way, Zeta, Bistro, Scully, Flirth, Matthias,
Long
Jonah,
ago,
Matthias,
a great
Sleepy,
beast
Who,
came from the
Jonah.
sea and brought with it a
That is
poison
me, Stinky.
fog that spread across the
Harsher.
earth, corrupting everything it reached. The poison fog slowly transformed the world and brought about a new age.
Pretty sure this is a fetish.
Now grounded by the poison
This is my
sky
awakening.
and outnumbered by creatures, humankind became desperate and formed feudal kingdoms.
They formed top 10 internet
Closed
channels.
off from each other, they became paranoid. And are on the
I
brink
have
of
so many
extinction.
jokes that are bad. I'm just holding them in.
Those
I
deemed
know.
undesirable, such as criminals or the ill, are cast out.
Yeah,
Or Twitch
Vanished
tubers.
into
Finally.
the depths of the great well,
where we belong.
a pit of the diseased and undead.
I like this synth
The
that sounds
great
like the
well
scary music in
said to
Spyro.
have but one door to the surface.
This is great. Like, I've been meaning to play this for a while. I played the earliest version of it,
Yeah.
and then I stopped because there wasn't any more levels. And
It's a
I
good reason to stop.
booted up my old save. I'm like, they finished other stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's completed. Well, all right, here we are.
I felt that way about Layers of Fear. By the time I got to the game, it was like a totally different game, and I was like, now I gotta start over.
I don't think I had to start over. I've forgotten most of it. Like, I know a little bit, but they surely have changed things.
What, of Layers or of this?
There's no way it's, well, maybe it's the same game. I don't know. This intro looks nice.
Oh my god, all my favorite people are still
I
here.
think you know that guy, Brian.
Brian, I'm very disappointed in you.
Almighty dollar.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I was trying to screw us hard workers.
I'm dying.
When Trump gets back in office, he's gonna show you what for.
Look at all these crazy characters we can be.
One's
Oh wow,
just you.
look at that
Oh wow,
one.
look at
I
that.
think I want that one.
I want that one. I have a
We got
question.
different classes.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that drawing actually. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? Beauty custom one.
I could do Forsaken, but that sounds like it's just gonna make the game harder in this case. The
Did you?
reason why you choose one of these classes is level 1 with all level 1 stuff is that you get to min-max your character and just put your points into the things that you prefer to have the most of.
Right.
Where the other ones kind of start like level 5, level 10, you know, and you get like a little bit of a boost. I think I'm just going to give myself a boost. Vampire looks fun.
What? So did you put the drawing in there?
Yeah, you just got to make like a 120 by 300 JPEG or PNG.
Cool. That's awesome.
And you just drop it into the file.
You just trade it out for like whatever it was.
Yeah. There's like 3 custom slots, and you just like drop the image in there, make sure to name it right, and then boom, it's there, and it's really great. More games should do stuff like this and let you just put your own art in there. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that is really cool.
If we ever publish a game, we need to work on like making sure people can import all the PNGs and GIFs they want.
God, we need to talk about that Crispin game. We keep bouncing off like the tutorial where he's like, I'm just gonna describe weapons I like from movies and film. If you don't go for the tutorial.
Yeah, if you don't do the tutorial, I'm just gonna tell you about the best guns that ever entered service in the American Army.
Yeah, and you're going, it's not the gun that... Yeah, you're like, it's not the gun that built the West, but it sure came a long way.
Yeah, it sure did. It sure helped lay the groundwork. Oh, by the way, do I have the VHS filter on? I got filters. Let's see.
You definitely have some kind of filter on.
I like the VHS filter. You got Midnight, PSX, Vaporwave. Let's look at PSX.
PSX is gonna warble it a little bit. Yeah.
Nah, you got dithering. I don't think that they warbled it. I don't think that they went that far, but it's interesting.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Looks good.
I don't hate it. I prefer the VHS one was my favorite, but you know, you got Vaporwave, which is kind of fun if you just
a little rascal.
I mean, that's all right. It's just too much, right? I
think. Yeah.
See, when you're moving forward, it's not as
immersive.
Not as fluid as you'd want it to be. Could be fun to experiment with. Then you got Silent, which this is Silent Hill muted colors. Everything's dark and saturated.
Oh, okay.
Which does add a lot of character. I do like heavily saturated colors. That's me. There's clean, which obvious.
You and I.
Midnight, which is just kind of a darker tone. This is nice. More games need these too. I like aesthetics, but the VHS aesthetic, this VHS overlay thing, they did really good.
I like when it's not too much.
It's just enough.
I'm gonna give some dating advice right now while we're just starting up. I just texted a girl who I worked with for a while, and she was telling me that like people were saying things that made her uncomfortable. So I put my hands on her shoulders and I'm like, "What makes you uncomfortable, baby?"
They love that.
No, so yeah, they love that. No, so
did you hug her?
Well, many times.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, no. So I texted her the other day like, "Hey, why haven't you been at work in a year?" And she's like, "All the security guys at where we work, they all got together and started adding me on every social media they could to see which one could get me to fuck them first."
8 minutes.
And I'm like, 8 minutes? No, well, she's like, 8
minutes till we said the F word. I'm
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Not bad. We're getting better. You fuck.
Well, I just knew that it wasn't gonna be. It was gonna.
I wouldn't want to work in a place where they have like a Deadpool based on.
I know. Well, and I told her like, if you gave me their names, I could make sure they all never come back. She's like, "Yeah, but I already quit the job," and I'm like, I can still make them go away, because I don't want people dealing with that shit. That's not fair to them.
Yeah, no, especially at work. It's already hard enough. Why ain't people working together?
Yeah, you gotta work at a stupid job anyway.
Plus, I'd rather be friends with the person who's reasonable than like, you know, let's align with the guy who's borderline assaulting people.
I consider that pretty close to fucking assault. That's not cool.
Well, at least planning it. It's like, which one of us is gonna spear her first?
Which she's married too. I felt really bad.
Of course. That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. I remember she was telling me, I told these guys I have a fucking boyfriend, and I was like, that doesn't matter, baby. I used to do my Levitts around her. She really liked it.
One day he
Welcome,
won't love you
welcome.
enough, and then I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, you got a boyfriend? Yeah. How
Not
about
for
now,
long,
sweetheart?
sweetheart.
Yeah. How about now? And then you like unbutton your shirt a little
I
bit.
got your boyfriend right here.
Oh shit. Yeah, girls like
Who
when
asked
you
what's
love it
this
to them.
game about? It's just
About
Kingsfield.
3 hours. Oh.
About killing snails because I hate them. It's what if Kingsfield are made today with all the cool, easy
All the
access
bells
to
and whistles.
game making tools that we have now.
God. Can you imagine if Gex was made on an engine that didn't suck?
It was. I think that's the same engine they use for like a bunch of Legacy of Kain games, like Crystal Dynamics.
Oh.
Up to a point was really good with their engine work. The problem with Gex is the writing's terrible, and
Yeah.
some of the gameplay's kind of questionable too.
Right. They shit those games out. 2 and 3 came out like within a year of each other.
Ooh, I got
Same
an
engine.
icicle. That's a rare drop, Brian. Do you know what a rare drop is?
No, but I thought you said Crystal Diana's for a second. Now it's like, who the fuck is Crystal Diana? Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart. Yeah.
Crystal Diana's. Hey, baby cakes.
Nah, I never seen this weapon before though.
It's called the sword. You.
So
Oh, look at that.
This is a sickle, you dipshit. And
Oh, that
in
looks like
addition to
that looks like the blade from Blade X, or what's that game called? Where the rats tell you how cool you are.
Oh yeah, the X blade.
The X Blade, yeah, I love the X Blade. I don't want to get the X Blade, sweetheart.
So there's another reason to play this game if you like Dark Souls. There's one of those things where there's a 1 in 250 chance they'll drop the Ice Blade early on, which will make your playthrough a lot easier.
Right, because I want my game to be easier.
It's nice when it's randomly easier, like, you know, there's just a chance. Like you're playing through and you're like, oh no shit, icicle, right?
Yeah, ooh,
Instead
I
of
rolled
like,
the 20.
I'll just get the Master Sword and do the exact same thing I always do.
Well, I guess.
Icicle kicks ass.
I love to throw my...
He likes to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. I don't have any health potions equipped. I got 1 health potion. Mini Skaith, yeah! Brian, help me read chat. No, I'm kidding.
I have
Brian,
been.
Brian had to go to work, but then they say go home.
Yeah, they were like, Brian, you either start rubbing her shoulders and sniffing her hair. God, just the idea of a fucking deep inhale.
Does that relax you?
So anyway, yes, it's just relaxing. Oh, yeah. No,
Like,
I showed up and they're like, "Why are there
than in your nostrils?"
Why are there 7 people and 6 things to do?" And my boss was like, "Hey, what's up, Brian?" I'm like, "Can I go home?" And he's like, "I don't know. Let me check." And he's like, "Yeah, go home and don't come back.
You're out.
Get out."
This is a shortcut over here. I remember this. If you don't pull that lever, you'll be sad. Then you talk to the well, I don't know about out of place, but it's a little demon thing called Demi.
Sleepy Dog said either Brian had to rub his boss's feet or go home.
Demi's here to help us.
Hey, Spyro, come over here.
Yeah, like that is I mean, PS1 couldn't do that character too well, unless that was like the only thing on the screen. But it's close.
There's a very similar character to that. Yeah, these models are too competent.
Yeah, Spirit me to Wings Rest.
Spirit me to Wingstop.
The creator clearly had a favorite character model, and they're like, I'm putting that in there. That's all right. Nothing wrong with liking your characters. I like the voice. Sounds like a Pikmin.
He's gonna turn into the hot witch from the end of from the game over screen of what's that game?
Oh, Oh, you're thinking Banjo-Kazooie, where they take, if you lose, they take Banjo's sister and throw her into a vent, and the queen sucks all over youth out and like goes from 90 years old to like a vivacious 25. It's like game over. Here's a boner.
Yeah, but they also make the main character all, or who's the girl? They make her all gross looking.
Oh yeah, health vial. Those are worth like gold. Can't sell anything in this game if I remember right, but that's okay. I want a trinket at 22 coins. I will take the enchanted key. And I guess nothing else.
Thank
That's
you
okay.
for watching. Check out my web zone for.
Yeah, check out my fucking web zone. Check out my web zone. Sounds dirty. Etno knows alchemy. But this is all really technical, so I'm hammering through it. You can make items, but you gotta know the combination. You gotta grab a bunch of stuff. Hey, Skellebones. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, one in the house. I'm gonna kill a lot of skeletons. Yeah, okay, I'm out of here. I like the soundtrack. It reminds me of Metroid Prime a little bit. It's all like atmospheric. They went for something mellow. Now we level up. I don't have a ranged weapon yet. And putting points into strength also increases my health and my base attack. So I think the smart thing to do is just to dump everything into strength right now.
I can't disagree with you at all.
It's almost never a bad idea in an RPG game to go like, well, what if I just put all the points into strength? Well, you get to do damage by swinging stuff. Cool. Works out. Much like real life. Okay, I gotta warp. Bad of the Bone starts playing with the skeleton in the air. I like to play Rock and Roll Racing. It's got Bad to the Bone on it. Blizzard does a lot of things wrong, but they re-released Rock and Roll Racing and got the licenses to all the actual songs they were doing MIDI covers of.
That's pretty cool.
And you get all the Ozzy and AC/DC and all that. And that was really fun, but I couldn't play that here without getting like copyright strikes to oblivion. It would be really rough. If I remember right, we have a locked door over here. But guess who bought a key?
Stick it in here.
That's what she said. Oh, baby.
Be sure to donate. So more jokes like that can fill your eardrums.
Yeah, that's what you pay for.
Those don't
Thank you,
free.
Joanna. Thank you, Jonah and Sugarbits and Flirt and Sleepy Dog Zone.
For not leaving.
What did I just pick
Never
up?
leave me.
Hey, never leave me. Oh, I picked up a torch. That's probably more handy than carrying an extra sword. We got a torch. Look at all this advanced lighting. I like this game though. It's got like, it's really simple, but It works really well.
I do like games that are extremely low poly.
I can actually lower the quality. I didn't.
It's okay, it's fine.
Oh no, I want to try it anyways. Lowest. There you go. Here you are.
I like the textures can go down by one more sample.
Oh yeah. I mean, personally, I'm not a huge fan of this, but this is a bit more how it looked on PS1, except there'd be more tessellation, which that's when polygon. Excuse me, hold on, I gotta cough real quick. I don't want to blast at your ears.
Okay.
Anyways, it's also texture filtering, but through a like on PS1, when they didn't want the textures to freak out, they would have a bunch of triangles. So you'd be like one triangle here, the one triangle there, and then like a stack all the way up. But that would cause the game to slow down because that's a lot of polygons. So what the game would do is that as you walked forward, things in the distance would fill in with tons of little polygons, and things in the background be made of like just 2 polygons.
Right.
But that's not, this is just full on like rendered properly. So I wonder what just low is. Did they just turn off a filter? I don't know. Back to normal. There's no high.
There's no high because it's a...
I like this. I don't know if there's a way to like force the game to render in bilinear, because that would cause some of those issues, but you know.
Oh, the curtain esker. Is that it? The curtain esker or the curling esker? The famous pot sound.
The famous pot sound?
Yeah, that sound is like been in movies for like 1,000 years.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have to read. That's like one you wouldn't have to redo, because pots all kind of just do the same thing.
I mean, that's true, but like, man. I like that they just change the pitch of it every time. So it's
yeah, you can do that in engine, you know, just have like the game engine just pitch it up and down itself.
Okay. Oh, it's 2 in the morning my time. I'm just thinking like, who can I inconvenience on DoorDash?
Yeah, fucking find a 24-hour pizza joint or like an Asian food restaurant.
A 24-hour person. And it'll cover all the expenses my car's gonna need when I'm done delivering.
My name's Ricky. I deliver pizza 24/7.
My name's Ricky. My name's Ricky. I deliver pizza. Dude, I don't know how to say
24/7.
Yeah. I don't know how to say this. I cars need gas, but I don't need any. Chat, we're working on a script. I've been trying to get Helmet to work on a script with me. We've never figured out the punchline other than it would just take place on an airplane and you just hear Helmet go, "This is your captain speaking. We're going to be experiencing some very fair weather." Like just an uninterrupted scream from your person you want to.
I'm the pilot with an unfortunate voice. It's like, well, he's only one up right now, and he's fully qualified. It's like, yeah, but when he talks to the customers, his co-pilot's mute. Like, okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the airline. I'm your pilot. We're going to be flying over New York City. Yay!
But the other part is I keep thinking that, like, there's going to be someone who works for the forces of evil who's going to be like, everybody in this plane sit the fuck down. And he's going to sound all calm. He'll just be like... He'll have like a Casey Kasem. Everyone just sit the fuck down. I'm taking the plane over. And everyone,
sit the fuck down.
Yeah, but everyone's like, no, yeah, you can do it. It's okay.
Please.
We're gonna land in this mountainside over here. They're like, you're fine. Just. That's what right now is doing. All right.
None of my watch.
Yeah, the good guy sounds like a monster, and the bad guy's all chill.
Can't
DB
judge a
Cooper
book
was
by its
chill.
cover.
I read so much about DB Cooper, and he was so super chill and polite, and he bought everyone dinner. He just waited till he got the money, and I'm like, all right, just fly me over these mountains. And at some point, the stairs accidentally opened, even though no one pushed the button. And then he just stopped being there, and in all reality, he probably fucking flew out of the bottom of it, like, and no one. There's someone who claimed they heard a small passenger plane over Washington in the woods where they found the money. God, I love DB Cooper stories.
I don't know who DB Cooper is.
He's the guy who hijacked the plane and got all the money, and then he just jumped out and no one ever found him.
Whoa.
The odds of this is in the 70s. And the description of him is so casual. Like the drawing of him kind of looks like one of the gray aliens. Like it's super weird. Anyway, I really like DB Cooper's story. You've never heard of DB Cooper?
Nope. Not until now.
He's a I guess he's more local, but yeah, somewhere over Washington is where he dropped. And one of the weird things about it is one of the weird things about DB Cooper is that he said his name was either D Cooper or B Cooper, and when they asked a person at the newspaper is like, is it D Cooper or B Cooper, he just went yes. So someone just wrote DB Cooper, and that became his nickname.
What a rebel.
But there actually was a comic book about someone named Dan Cooper who flew airplanes. So there's a lot of theories that he was just a big comic book fucking nerd.
You telling me the guy trying to freak people out and being combative for basic conversation might be a dork?
I guess that's what I'm telling you.
Are you Are you D Cooper or B Cooper? Yeah,
yes.
Sure.
Well, no, that's what the newspaper guy said.
Maybe he's lying. Yeah, maybe he's trying to like assassinate his character.
DB Cooper is a fucking folk legend, sir.
Nintendo DB Cooper.
I can't believe you've never heard of DB Cooper.
The more you say it, the less I remember any. You could be making that up for all I know. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make up DB Cooper like characters and go, I can't believe you don't know J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling is...
Yeah, that's my first one. You like it?
I don't. Well, problematic.
I do like the J.K. Rowling history that she's homeless and eating out of trash cans. I feel like that might not be true.
I like the idea that she's eating she just likes trash cans, dude.
And she's like knocking over the trash can. No. And then she goes back to her house. It's paid for.
Yeah, that her husband paid for. She had no part in it.
Shalamoo. The spell just hurts me.
Oh, Ooh said his body was never found, and all that was left was money by a river. Yeah, a kid found the money, like, dangling from under a rock in the river. And they found a few more bills downstream. But they never found the dude.
Yeah,
see the chat?
If you were gonna leave this world, that's the way to go. It's just like carry a big duffel bag full of money, then have a note in your pocket that says, I'm running for my life.
Well, and
it just causes the worst. No, don't do that though. First of all, if you're feeling sad, what you should do is get a blue raz. But
Alban's really not taking this DB Cooper shit seriously.
DB Cooper sounds like a Paper Mario character.
Well, he's not, Helmet. You're wrong.
Starting to feel more and more right.
I'm just gaslighting you into thinking there's a DB Cooper.
Yeah, it's like the boogeyman.
Oh, but the boogeyman's real.
I know, they killed him in 1979. Oh, yeah. There's a jump skill modifier for dexterity. So if you level up one stat, your character can just jump higher, which means you can just get past things. Which I think is cool. Like making agility in a stat to where, like, you know, you can actually navigate places other players can't.
Yeah.
Makes it a more worthwhile thing to do, and I like it.
That's nice.
I like it when each stat has something that actually changes how you're able to traverse the area. Like, you know, health makes it easier for you to not die, and, you know, running speed, but then jump, you know, height. Ooh, you can get on places other players can't, or you wouldn't be able, places you wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
We need to play fucking, we desperately need to play Balan Wonderworld.
I'll hate it. Oh, I didn't even think this would open something cool. I'm gonna check for secret walls more often. That looked like it was misaligned. Like, what's that? Check that out in a second. What's this way? Also need to play Detroit.
We're never gonna play all these.
I wouldn't say never, but
I like. It's okay.
Anyways, what about DBX Cooper? You think it's funny mocking his name?
Because
is it funny to you? Are you laughing?
I really like Biggest Dickus jokes.
Yeah, Monty Python's pretty good. I like the weird disconnect people had at the time. It's like, you just can't show Monty Python to your girlfriend. She just doesn't get it. And then I watch Monty Python and I see a TikTok of some lady doing a goofy routine. I'm like, this is just the same. They would do the funny walk on TikTok. The Ministry of Funny Walks, though, would end with like a prank, like pretending that you have a gun or something. I went to grandma's funeral with the airsoft pistol, and this is what happened.
You won't believe what happens next.
Yeah. Shot at grandma's funeral?
Shot at grandma's funeral.
I got night vision in here. I like this video filter is gross, but it's my favorite one for whatever reason. It just works for me. It's like watching a awful recording of it. Somebody recorded a video of them playing the game in SD mode. Like, this is my walkthrough.
Enjoy
me. Just let me know who you're sharing that with. Hell yeah.
I was seeing how many views we've been getting lately, and I think all the views are actually because I've been leaving my fucking computer up and then it just keeps like auto playing everything we've been doing.
That would be funny, but I don't think it works that way.
I know, but that would be funny. Because
it would be funny if the view system was so broken that one person's like just going around and like with the weight of 100 viewers.
with the weight of 100 viewers is even better.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's a shortcut all the way up to the front. That'll be handy. We can go level up over here.
Biggest Dickus is still hilarious. That's making me laugh right now. I'm like grown up.
Yeah, it's all
So
strength.
Biggest Dickus is all strength.
I mean, you know, when you know you're the biggest Dickus, I don't see how you couldn't enjoy life. Oh, I wonder if that means you could like somehow jump down there or shoot down there. Probably not. I don't know how you'd manage that.
I like just every so often, like your video gets a little. There's one line of desync from the.
Yeah, for the VHS tape filter, it's like it's oddly it's an oddly great filter. Bistro, good to see you, Bistro. Good to see you, man. $20 tip says, "Welcome to Watch Mojo. Here's our top 10 picks for best funeral pranks." Geez, best funeral pranks has to be knocking over the coffin.
God damn! Thank you, Bistro.
Yeah, long time viewer, Bistro. Long time supporter, Bistro. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, and thank you. Little impromptu late night stream here. Glad to see a lot of familiar faces here tonight.
And Brian.
And Brian. You did not invent the dime. I invented the penny.
What is that from?
I don't remember. I think that might have been a sentence. I invented the nickel. You did not invent the nickel, Grandpa.
We've been over this. It's a double standard.
It's a double standard.
It is not a double standard. We've been over this.
I think everybody has that one friend who. It's like, no, you can't say that. But why not? They call each other that all the time, and it's like I know that, like.
I know.
You have like a very like, you know, scientific way of thinking about things. We'll just call it that, but you gotta like.
Just stop it.
It gets to the point where it's like I don't even want to explain it to you because I feel like it's just I'm just gonna get dragged into it now.
Yeah, you're just wasting my time. Oh man.
Take that, butterfly. Oh no, it's a moth.
Yeah, take that, butterface.
Yeah, it's okay to kill these things.
They're just robots.
That was cool. I didn't know it like just ragged all over the side there. Like some enemies get ragdolls. That's fun. Like the modern stuff just pokes out at you, but it's not unwelcome modern stuff. Sprays enemies with blood. Well, that sounds like a good thing for a vampire to have. Oh, I got 8 health vials? Wow. I'm tearing through this.
You're doing great.
Bistro says that hut gives N64 vibes. Yeah, this whole area looks like Kokiri Forest, doesn't it?
Sorry, Grandpa's getting a little weird today.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa, hellbent.
Well, you're going to have people in nursing homes soon. They're going to be like, da.
My dad's like that age now. And I'm stuck in a nursing home.
Yeah,
They do not serve me pudding.
The Sonic ones ain't far behind.
Ain't far
I
behind.
remember Sonic the Saturday morning cartoon, and I like Sally the Acorn Princess.
Are you Robotnik?
I would kill that son of a bitch where he stands.
Are you? I saw him in the woods. He's alive and angry. You ever not text someone for several hours and they text you like, "Hey, I just hate to cut this short, but..."
No.
Okay, cool. I got a text today where I stopped talking to the person, and they're like, "Hey, Brian, sorry to cut this conversation short." Like an hour and a half later, I was
you
like,
already finished. It's like, well, that's a complete thought. Hooray! And they're like,
"Yeah, that
hey,
was
I
a
gotta
good
go,
talk."
dude.
Yeah,
Thanks for
someone
talking
texted
or
me.
whatever.
Yeah, like an hour later. Well, good talking to you, Brian. I just picture them sitting at the phone going like, "He's gonna get back to me any minute."
109 silver. If we get 150 silver, I can get a crossbow. That's the sound I'm gonna make when I die.
Like pens. I'd like to give a shout out to my aunt. I mean, I'd like to.
Jonah Johnson with $2 says Pingus discuss. Well, Mr. Long John Bairdley he used to hang out with Elton John, and
he called him Sugar Bear.
Yeah, I think they're all very familiar with Pingus, and you know, if you were here today, I think he would probably think that joke's pretty funny.
I know that Mike Pollock, I asked him, do people ask him to say snooping as usual? And he goes, snooping as usual, I see.
Oh, shoot. We don't need no crossbow. Snooping. Yeah, because not going to say the penis.
He's not going to say penis.
Whatever, I'll say it. Penis.
Oh, Sugarbit says, shout out to Brian's Aunt. So my Aunt Martha is very sweet, and she sent me a bunch of newspaper stuff to digitize, like old family photos and shit. And she's like, I realized if you just rip out the scrapbook part and just fucking stuff it for like $20, I can send you like 1,000 photos. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then inside was a pack of gummy worms, and that made my morning very pleasant. It was just like, a little extra something for the kids, you know?
Jackal, protector of the fucking forest or whatever.
Oh, look at him go. Oh, that's cute as shit. Are those enemies?
I was hunting. Well, the rabbits were okay with me until I started trying to kill them. And then this thing, I'm dead.
Uh-oh.
I should have hit the heal button. Now I got long dick fingers, and I dropped my hourglass, and that's how am I gonna know what time it is?
Oh, it's your Patronus helmet.
My Patronus? Oh yeah, my bottle of Patrona.
No, in Harry Potter, you Expecto Patronum. I think the thing I hate about Harry Potter is I never understood, like, did he just not say the words hard enough for the spell to work?
Yeah.
Do you have to believe the spell? Are you just practicing memorizing? I guess
there's like heart. Gonna put me anyways. Oh man.
it's like being an artist. It's like, yeah, these AI spells. You gotta know how to do
just get like a walkie-talkie? Like, look, just
say it into the wand.
At least I get to break all this stuff again. I get a few items for it. But I really want to get that bow back, you know.
Just thinking about, like, remember the newspapers in Harry Potter where they're like animated GIFs? We have that now. They're called iPads.
No, they actually have like LCDs that are like paper like that can do pictures, but I think the
cool.
overwhelming majority of people decided that's stupid.
Yeah. At least someone admits it.
Well, I mean, like, you know, now my newspaper costs like $8, and like, oh look, there's a black and white little video, and then it stops working after like a day and a half, and now I can't read it anymore. So, or I gotta recharge it.
You gotta recharge your newspaper and have them
like
deliver the things onto the newspaper.
I guess you just have to recharge it to animate things or update it. But it just, you know, unless that piece of paper is nearly indestructible, I'm not gonna, you know, it's just gonna be a pain.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool like advents and stuff like that are awesome and really clever. People bring them to life, and they're completely useless.
Yeah, as novel as that would be.
Like a flying car. It's like we have airplanes. The reason why you don't have a flying car or an airplane isn't even just that when you'd crash. It's just that there's so much maintenance involved. Like
Sugarbits asks Brian. Hellbent Sugarbits is talking. She asks, Brian, are you excited for Procreate Dreams? Hellbent, are you excited for Procreate Dreams?
I'm interested. I like the idea of iPads and mobile apps taking over the art space because you really don't need a supercomputer to run art programs.
And we're late on it too. We're super late on this too.
And you got like Clip Studio Paint and other stuff, and GIMP and other really, and GIMP's free. You got stuff that's like free and cheap and easy that'll do a good job. But I'm talking like competitively priced, well made, maintained, updated. You know,
Procreate's ease of use is such a big factor. Procreate showed that you didn't need a fucking $6,000 machine to draw art on. And in the time I've had my iPad, it still works. But like, do you know what I mean about like
the problem with a lot of the a lot of the Adobe stuff and a lot of the stuff that we get in general is that it's made for it's almost made purely for function instead of efficiency. It's like we added a feature, we added a feature, and it's never like, hey, look, we scaled it back to the point to where you can run this on a calculator.
Well, and Flash is such a piece of fucking garbage. Adobe still releases it under the name Animate, but I've had it crash 4 times today, and every time it resets a setting that I had fixed. For instance, they used to have these things called movie clip symbols, symbols like an object, and a movie clip is designed to like embed an entire video inside of it, but it doesn't match up to the frame rate of what you're doing. It's like when you pause a game and the objects are still moving. It will do that when you pause it. And that's a fucking holdover from Shockwave Flash from like 1989. And the problem is that like you don't need those anymore. But the program crashes so often it keeps defaulting back to like, you need this 1989 mode activated. Like, no, I don't. Just yeah. Jonas says, wait, really? So Flash still exists, sorta? No, Flash never went away.
Yeah, no, they just like stopped giving browser support for it.
Okay, the program they used to make fucking like, God, what is Flash? Rick and Morty was done on it for a little bit. Stuff's still made on it all the time. I haven't been watching a lot of TV lately. Like some of BoJack was made on it too.
I think the biggest advantage to Flash is that if you have to educate like somebody who's got like let's say you get an Illustrator but they don't know Flash, the education process on it's like very short.
Yeah.
And part of it's because it doesn't have a lot of features, but another part of it's because most of its features are useless.
Man, I don't hate Flash, but
I hate that its potential will never be realized.
Right, and it's also Vector, and it's a build from 1989 that they added onto. So imagine if you had a car built in 1989, and they're like, you're just watching all these other cars get made, but the 1989 car, they're like, oh, we replaced all the wheels, and we added this, and we added that. And it runs like a car that's 30 years old. There's like nothing you can do except build a new program. And Adobe has rebuilt Photoshop for your iPads, but they're never gonna rebuild fucking Flash. Never.
Well, and yeah,
Because
in
no one
the old
uses
days,
it.
it would be like not unthinkable to do it, but unlikely. Like you just wouldn't rebuild Flash because it's like, well, how are you gonna make a better program?
Right.
But now, like just everything having like just the graphics APIs available, which you know that graphics programs, the language which it speaks to do graphics.
Right.
All that you have available now. Oh, I think they could rewrite Flash, and I think that's what Procreate's trying to do, and I think that's what we're getting at, and that's good.
Yep.
Flash needs competition anyways, because otherwise Adobe has no reason to update it, and Toon Boom would be competition, but the price on it is very high.
And
so unless you're pirating it, which most people are gonna have to do, you're not using Toon Boom.
And also, I just have trouble learning Toon Boom. I feel very out of the loop, but I've used Flash so much that like I guess my feeling on Toon Boom.
Toon Boom is better. I don't think that's an argument because Toon Boom just has more features and it runs more efficiently. It's been the people who own it know how to program it to where Adobe really doesn't seem to know what to do with Flash at all.
Yeah.
But on the other end, Flash is really easy to learn, and once you learn it, it's almost impossible to forget it because it's that streamlined. And it's a shame that something so streamlined is so horribly neglected.
I know, and I wish I could learn other stuff, but I'm just not trying hard enough. Anyway, so I sure like Flash. But I wish they could fix a lot of things wrong with it. And I hope the new Procreate Dreams Sugarbit says TV Paint was also a thing, but it was very basic. The one I got into when I was still doing like Frog Bros and stuff like that, I did it all on Sketchbook Pro. Because Sketchbook Pro, you could just sort of take a model and like, if you got a pose, you could just add an alteration to the pose and then just rotate the head a little bit, kind of Family Guy style. And you could storyboard a whole thing in under like an hour. And I used that up until Procreate added animation. And the Procreate animation feature I use exclusively to do storyboards. You can copy and paste them straight into Flash if you have a Mac and an iPad. You basically run one straight into the other, which is really cool. And so I was getting at that now I use a program called Ebsynth to like blend frames together. So the only way I'm really going to enjoy Procreate Dreams is if it has the ability to like batch import thousands of images. Now it might, so we'll have to see.
It might. Yeah, Flash does that, where it's like just export every keyframe as a JPEG.
Yep.
And it's not ideal, but sometimes that's the only way you can get it to work.
Yep. But all the Ebsynth stuff I do, you really need it to do that, so.
Yeah, it's part of the whole process in general, so that's not even an option, really.
Yep. So,
otherwise,
so
you
I
have
made
to like import it as a video into Premiere or like a Final Cut Pro. And you take it to the video editor, then export it, and hope that none of the images are compressed, or else you lose color and.
Yep.
Like a lot can go wrong there. Or you can just make it look like crap. It's still better than not finishing it.
Yeah. I sure love what I do though.
Sounds like it. Life of the animator is one of sex and danger and excitement and sex.
Yeah. I don't think animators have sex, and whenever they do, it seems to be a big issue.
That's one way to put it.
Guess just animators aren't allowed to have sex anymore, bro.
Yeah, like a guy walks into Nickelodeon, it's like, guess you got laid last night, and then like there's sirens. He's getting pulled out of the
yeah, exactly. Sucks to be an animator at Nickelodeon. Poor Nickelodeon animators.
No, I'm joking. I have no idea. That was a joke made out of malice, with no intent to hurt anybody, but with every intent to just be a jerk.
And it worked.
And it's effective. Time for a hug.
Come here.
Who is ready to make Toy Story 5?
I like they cut out the scene in Toy Story 2 where the prospector goes like, I could get you a job on Toy Story 3. I don't know where that
All you gotta
joke.
do is wind my gears.
Yeah. Why did that go away?
I do remember there was a time in Hollywood where it's like, haha, the casting couch. It's like, we make fun of it and it's cool.
That's true.
You want to be a star, don't you? This game's peaceful. I like it. Like I'm hunting now, right? All of a sudden, it transcended from a RPG to like a little bow and arrow hunting game, and now we're going into the Great Deku Tree. Remember the Great Deku Tree, Brian?
In my dreams.
I haven't played Ocarina of Time in like a long time. That's not Sonic the Hedgehog. Wouldn't be in Brian's, you know.
Right. Yeah, it's not my wheelhouse. I don't even know what words he just said.
There's a modded tournament, like make him dress like Sonic. Maybe that'll help.
That'll make Brian compatible with it.
Brian's like, ooh, blue blur.
The blue blur.
Stuttering that is way funnier than saying it right.
I always love when people are like, ooh, the blue blur. Pussy. I'll get some
I think we might have to retire the spear. The bow is just winning everything. I need a torch. Minecraft music.
The one feeling of panic I always have when I'm animating in Flash is when I like accidentally make a big change and then it starts giving me the buffer screen. It's like, did I just ruin this?
Oh, I just like when I forget to crash because I only drew like a quarter of a thing. Or I forget to save because I only drew a quarter of a thing and then it crashes. I didn't realize I spent 30 minutes on it. I'm like, no.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see the acrobatics? I leveled up my dexterity, so now I'm up here.
That's
the ingredients. Ooh, shit.
If you don't like Flash, then why do you stay with it? Is the same thing as saying, like, if you don't love your husband.
Hey, if you hate it in America, why don't you just go live in Mexico?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
Like, oh hell yeah, a different, more flawed system. That'll show them.
I'm part of the solution.
Well, actually, that's kind of part of what's going on. Like when we say, like, oh, we were interested in this Procreate animation tool. That is kind of our. It's like that's the cue, man. Do it. Swap now.
Fucking leave.
They're practically begging us.
Yeah. I have to use it out of principle. I stopped paying for Flash a long time ago, though.
Yeah, you know, not for me to comment on, but I will say that competition is good, and you should always encourage that. And also, if you suck the company's cock, they
don't reward you for it.
They don't reward you for it, and they'll just keep lowering standards until basically you end up with what you got with Flash, where you pay full price for a professional grade program that routinely just shits itself and dies. But it does have a really good interface, you know, great interface. Lot of educational tools on it. Very easy to learn. Kills itself all the time.
Sure doesn't like doing things.
It's like beep boop. Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Haha, no.
You thought I was going to work. Enjoy.
Are you sad?
Wasn't all worth it.
This game is cozy, Sugar Bits. There's all kinds of secrets. I like that we know that blood opens up the angry plants. I like it. And they have stuff inside them, but then I bleed.
Yeah.
These ones do not have anything inside of them. That's mean. I'm going backwards. Like, that looks familiar.
I don't know where my phone is.
They should bring back Muppet Babies, but like, you know, put a political slant to it.
Muppet fetuses. How come the Muppet Babies?
Where are their parents?
Where are their parents?
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
like, that was I don't know if that was done intentionally by the writers. It's like, where's their parents? Just don't answer that. That's funny.
Well, no, the Muppet
Kermit's
Babies
like just never
is
there.
all in this piece, man.
Baby Kermit never shows up in Kermit's life, so
Yeah.
like, look, the Muppet Show was a wild time. Things happened. So we just dropped the little guys off.
Wait, you think that the Muppet Babies are the children of the Muppets?
Yeah. After a wild night in the backstage of the Muppet Show, you know what I mean?
No, the Muppet Babies are the Muppets' babies.
Nah, they're the babies of the Muppets, not the Muppets as babies. They clearly raw felted each other.
They Romwalded each other.
Yeah, they're Romwalded. Okay, I forgot I need to go down. Yay, puzzle solving.
No, the Muppet Babies. It's even dumber than that. In one of the Muppet movies, Miss Piggy goes, "Wouldn't it be crazy if we were babies together?" And then it's like, "Let's see what that would look like." And it's like a pointless musical number. And then like it scored so high, they immediately were like, "We want to make Muppet Babies a TV show."
Points for like believing in what you make.
I can't imagine making a movie and then we're just like, and then here's the scene where we're all babies.
Hell yeah.
And the last Muppet
if you did that these days, it like yeah. You'd have a fan base, but it wouldn't be the one that you wanted, you know?
I know. In the last Muppet movie they did, Kermit and Piggy have a song about like getting old and dying together, and they had to you could tell they had more money because they actually made a puppet of like Kermit with going bald, like he's got like wispy hair and like a cane. And you get to see what Kermit and Piggy's kids look like, and it's like a fucking pink frog and a green pig. It's really upsetting.
Yeah.
They made the puppet just for that.
You know, they could have avoided all that mess by just making it like frogs and like the exact same looking frogs and pigs, and just going, well, look, that's just how it works. That way nobody's interbred or fucked up. That Muppet DNA is superior.
Bojack yeah.
Muppet DNA is really really durable and reactive and able to situate itself. So,
Kermit's sperm
except
is
for
so
Gonzo.
strong. Spermit the frog. Spermit the frog.
Spermit the frog. Yeah, I guess you could call him. Yeah.
That's what I'm naming my son, Piggy. Spermit the frog. That's super
I think
sperm.
that's what Miss Piggy calls him in bed.
There you go. A spermy.
Yeah.
When your face looks kind of weird because Kermit was there. Bukaki hits on top of me. It is everywhere. Muppet babies.
Oh, that's the one. I didn't know the
You
theme.
made some on my face. Muppet babies. Continued the Muppet race.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's somebody at a hospital giving birth, like, to a Muppet. Like,
Kermit the Frog gets... Kermit the Frog's one in another series of men who has, like, illegitimate children with humans.
Just pushed out of, like, a regular lady. Like, hello. Immediately knows English.
We noticed the hand. We have to cut the umbilical hand.
It's like disease, like some people carry. It's like, yeah, I only produce Muppets.
when asked,
they're cool though.
When asked about his racially insensitive comments, he responded with, Beaker has not been. He's still awaiting trial.
But he's been uncooperative with police interrogation. And like slamming his head into the table. Like,
set himself on fire in protest.
Dragon's been a member for 32 months. Thank you, Garza. Always good to see you, man. And like, tell us the name of your fucking boss, you sick son of a bitch. Like, man, they fucking taser him. He's like,
They're looking for the meth kingpin of the Muppet universe, and, like, Butts and Honeydew, like, gross a goatee. Butts and Honeydew's got the Heisenberg glasses to begin with.
Yeah, you don't have to change much, yeah. You just have to,
I'm looking for an assistant.
You're goddamn right.
You're goddamn right, Beaky. The guy who played Bunsen Honeydew is still the same actor. He's like in his 70s now. It's crazy.
I do like it when one of the cast members lives for like 1,000 years and they can be like, yeah, I remember them all. And it's like he's in control of their lives from then on.
Yeah.
Because like, what am I going to do? Not believe the last living person?
Jim Henson was actually a giant anti-Semite. Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
I used to watch him kiss dudes on the bus.
I like,
you can just have a one like that. If you played straight all the way through, you get like one horrible lie to tell, and you shouldn't do that. Hey, Garza Dragon with $10 says frozen burritos on me. Thank you, Garza. That'll go a long way with the frozen burritos. I'll tell you, I can get myself. That
was 3 of them for me. Yeah.
Well, I can get 16 of the. Well, I hate to call them the cheaper ones, but they are.
Yeah,
but they're still good.
The better ones. Yeah.
The better, cheaper ones it'll get you through the day, and it's nice as a snack, and they're tinier.
I do like they interviewed Frank Oz, who was the guy who played Fozzie. He's the guy who played Bert, while Jim Henson played Ernie. And the guy who did the biography asked him, so did Jim Henson smoke weed? And he just looks at him and goes, duh. I'm like, oh yeah. It was the 60s. Everyone was high all the time.
Yeah, and look, full loop. Here we are again.
Yeah.
By the way, Garza, thank you again for the constant support. I appreciate you. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
There's a harder difficulty, but I'm kind of enjoying... I think I just shot his projectile out of the air. That's nuts. I don't know how you'd ever time that, but, interesting. Drinking Kool-Aid here. The Sans music and the VHS filter, real good stuff.
Max helmet's really moist. Sweaty.
I'm gonna cast a magic spell.
Cast a magic spell to do, wait a minute. A tragic spell.
Just throws a rock at. Bow's pretty good. Ranged weapons are great. It's kind of like real life, though. If you had like a sword and somebody had like a bow and like 30 arrows and knew how to use it,
you're done.
Yeah, I don't see how you walk out of that one. Like even if you run away,
you start bringing up Muppet facts.
Yeah, I could bring up Muppet facts while I shoot you in the back as you try to run away in your big old armor plate. Ow. I think it was crossbows that ruined armor. Like they just like go right through because any asshole can shoot one.
That's
Turn
funny.
back, nothing but darkness ahead. I'm gonna jump down there at some point, but not right now. We're gonna go this way first. I like the compass. Yeah, Jonah, the arrows are unlimited, which is great. I kind of don't like it when games give you ammo like this because it's like playing the archer becomes convenient in combat, but then I gotta like spend all of my money on archer stuff. Hey, Pacholi.
This is what women sound like when they talk to me anyway.
Yeah. It's like, how's your day?
Yeah, exactly.
Take that, ladies.
Take that, lady.
Oh, I do want the ocean elixir. Oh, yeah. Why do I care if I have the crossbow? I got the regular bow. Adds 40 plus mana permanently. Gimme.
I've been working with a guy who, he's so sweet and kind, and I've just been, like, throwing all these horrible thoughts into his head, and when I came to work, oh, bye, Mickey R. Thank you for hanging with us.
Later, Mickey R. You have a good day at work.
He, just before I was leaving, he goes, Brian, I have to tell you my new conspiracy theory. It's like, you hate when I do that. And he's like, no, your conspiracy theories have gotten so good. That's all I think about. He's telling me how he's pretty sure fluoride's making him like dudes more or something like that. Like he had a new one. And he's like, if you do some required reading on fluoride, it'll completely destroy you and make you ready for the new world government. I forgot fluoride.
Oh, the fluoride in the water. You know, I was trying to watch Squidbillies earlier, and that's why I came over to do this. I'm going to watch some Squidbillies on HBO, and they took down almost all the episodes. And now it's just
so not cool.
Now it's just like one season. It's not even latest season for some reason. And I'm like,
that's funny.
That's annoying, and I hate it. But I really wish they knocked that stuff off because it's like, why?
Yeah, I'm paying for 100% of your show.
I do get you gotta like hardline your negotiations and all that, but like, why can't it just be like it's part of the streaming service and like it's there now? I don't know. Well, and they delete episodes too. So you know, if they're gonna delete the episodes, they're like, hey, don't pirate it, but you're gonna like take it up and put it down and put it up and put it down. I gotta pay and pay and pay. Why wouldn't I just record it and go, never mind?
They took Michael Jackson episode out of syndication at The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's stupid. That episode's harmless too. It's not even like it's bad or anything.
Michael Jackson's not in the episode.
Oh yeah, that too, right? I didn't know if it was an impersonator or not. They always told me it was never revealed, but I mean, on the other end, I wouldn't know.
I still don't know.
Lisa, it's your birthday.
He wanted to record by himself, so no one knows which track is him, which is the other guy. Kip Lennon, brother of the Lennon sisters. I like when they say that, like I would know. There's an episode a few years ago where they talk about, like, remember that time we wrote a song with Michael Jackson? And Dad just let him in the house, and Bart goes, no, Lisa, it was weirder. He's a guy who thought he was Michael Jackson. And Homer's like, those were simpler times. And they're like, that was 2 weeks ago. And he's like, yep. Simpler times. I really like that bit.
Time to go to the dark place, I guess.
But the fact that they kept that, like, but not the Michael Jackson episode, like they'll mention it sometimes.
Yeah, I guess it'd be hard to cut out all those jokes, but I don't know. There's probably like an exception in the rule, like, hey, here's a good reason to cut something. And I'll be like, well, that's obviously a reason why you cut something, but most of the time I'm just like, just deal with it. People thought some things were funny. Be like going over Ace Ventura or The Mask or some other 90s movie and cutting out all the mean jokes in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's for the people. I mean, why even just get rid of the movie then? Just ban the movie at that point.
Pretty much.
Don't give me that half measure. It's like, well, I would ban it, but let's just cut the one joke I hate out and just get rid of it. Just, just delete it then. Make it to where you have to go out of your way to get it if it's so awful. Not that I like that, but that's kind of like,
Oh, shit.
A cursed tomb.
I'll bet you're gonna love me, but I think I want to go to bed.
This game does that. This is a
game
late.
has put me in a state of
Listen
sleepy.
to the damn music.
I'm gonna turn on the lullaby channel for an hour.
Yeah, and the soft VHS filter and Yeah, I don't blame you. That's half the reason why I chose to do this late. I wanted to see how well it would track with the sleepy crowd.
The sleepy crowd.
Yeah.
I get to watch the show that I won't be in as I'm sleeping.
Well, what's so important about being in a show, Brian? Come on.
I thought you were about to say what's so important about being awake.
Nah, I'm gonna get a little bit of extra conversation out of you though. I've worked with people who are very demanding to be in it. I want to be in something.
Fine, get your conversation out of me. What do you want to talk about?
I want to be in something. I want to be in a cartoon. And they pester shit out of you. And there's nothing you can do. They're like, put me in a cartoon. It's my dream. What will I do if I'm not in a cartoon? And I'm like, I don't know. Make one. Anyways, that's it. Sully forth, Brian. Sully forth to bed. The dream of Brian dreams of animation and patchouli beans. Oh my god, that's not treasure.
I just knocked a whole can of Pepsi over, and I knocked it over like where the you ever knock a can over the wrong direction so like all the liquid stays inside?
yeah. Well, that's
yeah.
I knocked over a drink, a very similar drink earlier.
Oh,
you were there for that. And
you were so upset. Oh,
I was angry, and I still kind of am. But on the upside, like, yeah, bottles and cans are built to where
if you get it just right,
even if you had to really try to knock it, like you have to hold it down and like give it a couple of seconds to actually drain everything out. So
and the whole thing will explode.
If you have drank a drink, there's a 50-50 chance of you knocking it over and like one drop falling out of it. And then when that happens, it's like, I don't know how to put it, but I feel so fucking lucky.
I know. I always wonder if I'm just a lucky guy or if I just used up all my good fortune for the rest of the day. Like, the rest of the day is gonna be shit because I happen to roll a 20.
I could believe it. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen somebody with the massive streak of luck just get hit with the worst possible fucking thing. Like, think of all the entertainers that you know that died like in their 20s from cancer.
Oh God.
Well, that maybe don't. I'm not trying to make you sad before you go to sleep, but you know what I mean. Like, that's not you.
How about entertainers that like burned out and immediately
turned bitter?
Went to work at, yeah.
I think there's no sadder fate for an artist than to become the person who's just the bitter, oh, they all conspired against me, and everything would have been a lot better. And if they just listened to me, I could have had my chance. I could have made them a lot of money, but just nobody listens to me, and I hate them all. And it's a conspiracy against me. Frankly, I think that somebody doesn't like me, and I think that they're trying to stop me, shut me down. And then, you know, or even worse, if you make a passive aggressive cartoon like exhibiting that, it's like, here's my cartoon about how I have no real friends in art. No one's my pal. And it's like, okay, calm down. Like I don't know. There's a weird section of art people who think that once you make it, there's like this loving community of people who are really nice to each other and care. No, it's a bunch of people who are trying to rip each other to shreds and kick ladders out from under each other, pull ladders up and be like, no. Me, it's like, you ever watch Nickelodeon Guts?
No, I have something to add though.
Yeah, well, it's like the aggro crag, except the people throwing the boulders are also other artists. Okay, go ahead.
There used to be a mod for Doom called the Ghoul's Forest, and like specifically you're in a forest and you got a bow and arrow and you got to fight this thing. The third one is like this mutilated head that floats through the woods and screams this horrible scream at you, and it's really basic shit. But I remember meeting a guy in the Sonic Roboblast 2 forums who figured out how to port that over into Roboblast. And just called it like Forest Zone. Yeah. And then we figured out that if you add that as a WAD file into the launcher, like next to any level, if you get in the right area, a fucking screaming skull just shows up and starts chasing you, and it's like unable to be killed.
That's fun.
That's all. I remember that. And now I'm gonna go see if that's still around.
I think one of the cooler things about free game engines in particular is that you will get instances of people just like porting one thing to another game. So next thing you know, you got like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog running on Doom, and he's interacting with like full on realistic, just like Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64, and like you got all these elements and like different game engine things running that would be insane to develop for one game, but you can just hodge like snip paste them into an engine, and it's like, look, I just combined Mario 64, Dead Space, Half-Life, Dark Souls, and Overwatch all into one thing. I just clumped them together. That's fun.
Like, how about putting Mario in Gmod, like Mario 64's map?
Yeah, to where like you have a like. I don't know if they have a fully playable Mario 64 like that, but yeah, when you can fully realize multiple, you know, game simulation environments within one engine, because everybody's making stuff for it constantly. You could just, you know, mod and plug in stuff endlessly. That's great shit. That's why that Roblox game is the most popular thing in the world. Like, people, you know, you look at that and think, Roblox and whatever. But if you look at it, it's like, oh, actually, you can do a lot, a whole hell of a lot.
True.
I don't know what to do in the dark crypt. It's scary. Hey, a thing. A survey banner. And there's like an invisible monster I can't see or hit. That's okay. He fires stuff. That's great. He fires lasers. I'm glad they let him do that. You know, I was afraid that it, you know, it wouldn't be fair. I like the noise he makes. Another reason why you break everything is that it lets you know where you were.
That's a good point.
Man, this is sleep-inducing music. You should go get some rest.
Good luck to you.
Whoa. Good night, Brian. There he goes. We're putting him to sleep. He's away. Isn't there a video where you're fighting a Dark Souls boss with a Super Shotgun in Mario 64? Yeah, I think that was done in Gmod. I feel like I'm looking for a switch, but I might be wrong. There's got to be more to one of these tombs than it appears, but also I want to avoid the big invisible monster because he can block the exit, and I don't want to get stuck. Ah, hello. Nope, that's where we came in. Maybe a different spell could work on it. And then there. We'll systematically cut through them. We'll figure it out. There's got to be progress around here somewhere. How many times have I played through this game? I've played up to about this point. And then I forget if it was this point or not. It kind of blends together a bit, but it was early access and the full game wasn't out yet. And I got to a point and it's like, you know, development will continue. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I kind of lost track of time doing other stuff. And then here I am back to it. I'm like, oh yeah, this. And it's got a bunch of cool features and it's just really well made. Never recommended. And it's cheap, but it's only on Steam. I don't think it's on consoles, so. Too bad. This would be a great game to play on a little iPad. I don't know if I gotta touch that stuff or what. I'm not quite sure how that works. Probably gotta cast a spell at it. Oh, cool. Hello. Nope, just beef jerky. What do you like about this game? That you can just kind of play it. You don't have to... I mean, like, I get you gotta level up your character, I guess. So you gotta think a little bit. It's not brainless or anything by any stretch of the imagination, but it's also like an RPG that's not too heavy, not too light, and you can just enjoy it and advance your character. And kind of, it seems like you can really just play it your own way too. I don't have to fight the invisible guys. Maybe if I was like a pure magic character, that might be easier, but that's just not where we're at, and that's okay. Oblivion vibes, yeah, Brandon. It's a lot like Kingsfield, but cast a spell on it. I'm going in circles. Okay, now I've officially hit bedrock and I don't know where to go, so I need to find a save point and figure that out. I guess that's the only thing I worry about with this game. Is this is definitely one of the ones that you could get lost in. I think this is where I want to be, though. I need to check out the rest of these rooms, I think. Oh yeah, sorry about that. How far did that put us back? Ooh. All right. Well, we learned something. We finally got our ass kicked, which is fair enough. How much money we got? Hey, 137. Not bad. Yeah, I think we're at the end for tonight. This is just a little extra, but I just wanted to play a little bit of this. And let's close out the night here. So, we'll be back with some more of this. This might be my off time game because it's a really relaxing one, but it's also pretty much the same thing over and over again, but with different backdrops. But it's kind of like a coffee or something like that, an acquired taste. Anyways, I'm gonna take off. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate you for coming by. Special thanks to those who came by for both streams, especially Brian. You all have a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. And thank you for your generosity. Bistro, Jonah Johnson, and Garza Dragon. We will be back tomorrow with more. But, if I don't start wrapping things up now, probably won't have a lot more energy tomorrow. I'd like to hit tomorrow with some more, zest. You know what I mean? Also, hey, Jonah Johnson with $5 says, and $5 to end the night. Good night, Helbin. Good night, Jonah. Yeah, don't worry. I got more games than I know what to do with. And I'm going to try to keep the variety up and maybe do a bonus thing here and there. I'm feeling a bit better, and your tips go a long way. When I had the vertigo to start with, I couldn't cook anything for myself, so I had to order soup, which is embarrassing because, it's expensive, right? But at least it was a good bowl of soup. And last time I had vertigo before this, the vertigo was so bad that I had to go to the ER after 2 weeks because I couldn't drink any water. This time, I was only puking for 2 days, and then the rest of it was kind of, not in a state to drive. We'll just call it that. Anyways, I'm going into something completely different. I'm a little drowsy. I'm going to take off. Y'all have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I don't have anything planned in particular tomorrow, but I'll figure it out as we get there, and I hope to see you then. And around 7 or 8 p.m., roughly that time. All right, good night, y'all.